Hi there crafters, it's Louise here sharing a scrapbook layout for the March kit. Now, you would have noticed that the Fearless Leader Steph has given us some challenges throughout the month. One for this month was actually to include a significant amount of journaling. And so I am super keen always to create journaling on my layouts. I just know that it is so important. I work in healthcare and I spend a lot of time in nursing homes and seeing people that have lost their memories throughout their life. I think it's so important to be able to look back over our time, and even if it's just to remember who's in a photo, when it was taken, why it was taken, the story behind it. If you don't like your handwriting, I would seriously encourage you to put it on the backs of your layouts. You are not going to know who is going to be going through your belongings later on throughout your life, and I would just love to be able to have somebody look through my layouts one day. This time that I've spent, the hours and the creativity that I've used to create these pages, and I hope that one day someone looks through them and really gets a bit of a feel for why I created these memories and what was actually going on throughout this process. So today's layout is one that's heavy on journaling, and I don't share a lot about my life, but one of my little fellas has cystic fibrosis, a genetic condition, and he is pretty lucky that we have a really great team that cares for him, and he's generally pretty well, but essentially we have quarterly visits to the Children's Hospital to see his pediatric team, and they take care and make sure that he is growing and developing and getting the support that he needs with this genetic condition. So it is known as the invisible disease because essentially a person with cystic fibrosis can look very normal on the outside, but there's a whole lot going on within their bodies that can be quite challenging. So for this layout, I really want to talk about our clinic day time. I took this selfie, which I don't normally do. I'm normally too busy. But recently I took my niece down. She came with us in school holidays for a little fun adventure in the city. And I thought that that would be a great time to snap a selfie. And I'm really glad that I did because it gave me this photo that I could jot down my thoughts regarding these clinic days. So firstly, what I'm doing is just creating this cluster, and because I'm going to be heavy on the journaling, I want to really keep everything in this sort of one section. And you can see that as I start to get through here, I'm planning out this background. So the off-centered heart is one that I like to do a lot. I think it gives you a really great way to get that visual triangle. So in my case, I like to have my elements grouped in threes. You'll even notice that sort of the clusters around the photo are in those groups of threes, and it gives sort of that really visually pleasing outcome to your layout. So immediately your eye is drawn in, and that is going to help your brain to actually think that you're looking at something quite pretty. So a nice simple title first, and then I'm going to go ahead and jot down my journaling, my thoughts. I don't often write a lot of journaling, so this is actually a lot for me. But again, the challenge was set, and I am always there for a challenge. I really like that this background paper has lines already on it. So all I had to do was stay in the lines, which is quite a challenge for me these days. I don't do a lot of handwriting in my workplace or things like that. So it makes the journaling process really easy, and I'm very grateful for that. So off camera, I have gone ahead and stitched around my heart. Now I knew that I wanted to use some more of the stamps from the stamp set we got this month. So the heart is part of the stamp set, but this little heart is one from my stash. I just thought it blended in quite well. While I was stamping, I accidentally made a little mess and I got some black ink onto my cluster there. So I'm going to cover that up just with some of these puffy stickers, which was not an original intention to use on the layout, but I'm going to go with it. You can also see I've popped a couple of stickers and a few bits and pieces down below my journaling just to help with that visual balance. So I'm super happy with this layout. Thank you, Steph, for the challenge, and I hope that you enjoyed.